I saw a mother was out here speaking on a presentation her son did on Black History Month. She says she was expecting her son to be doing a presentation on a visionary like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, but to her surprise, the presentation was on the rapper Nardo Wick. Let's check it out.
I just wanted to come on here and remind y'all that when you become a parent, there's going to be times in your life where your child is going to absolutely embarrass you and make people question your parenthood. I am a Christian woman. I'm an educator. I teach social studies, history. So naturally, when my son told me in the car yesterday that he had a presentation they had to do, a Black History presentation, he had to pick somebody, I got excited. Because I'm like, all of the visionaries, all of the memorable, people, inspirational people to choose from. I'm excited. Now, whole time, I'm thinking he's telling me about the project because he needs to start the project. He tells me the project was due yesterday, that it was due today. So I'm like, okay, well, send it to me. So he sends it to me, and I don't get a chance to look at it until I get to work this morning. So he goes to the elementary school. I work at the middle school. So when I get in first period and I get my kids settled and I'm able to check my email, I look at my email and I see the presentation. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a little bit of, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr. even. Why did my child do his presentation over Nardo Wick? And I was shocked when I looked at it. I exited out of it to make sure this was my son's email address, and it was. And I went back to it and I was like, there's no way. And I'm sitting here worried, like, Lord Jesus, the child said the project is due today, and this is what he came up with. So I'm looking through the presentation. Of course, has the biography of the young man. He says what he does. Nardo Wick, famous rapper. He's famous for rapping. He's made $1 million, $2 million. But what really got me was the inspirational quote part of the slideshow. The inspirational quote that my 10-year-old son picked to put on there from the man was a lyric from his song that said, I'm the stepper that's gon' stomp when it come time to be a stomper. I lost it. I lost it, and I immediately stepped outside of my classroom and I called his teacher. Didn't care if she was in class, didn't care that I was in class. Ma'am, can we get an extension? Can we get a late submission? Like, cause he's gonna need some time to work on this. She laughs. She's laughing. She's like bursting into laughter, full blown, just hilarious. And I'm sitting seriously on the other line like, what's funny? So anyway, she ends up saying, I was really perplexed anyway when he, did the slideshow on him, when I've been, seeing them working on it, because I had the kids tell me and write down who they were doing the presentation on. He originally picked Martin Luther King Jr. So in my mind, I'm like, the pipeline from Martin Luther King Jr. to Nardo Wick is crazy. Because how do we get from Martin to this guy? The options are limitless. My son, I guess he said, been there, done that. Let's do something else. I don't know what his mindset was. And so then she also goes on to say that she told him, I know your mama don't know you doing this. I'm like, you doggone Skippy. I'm like, what? He definitely didn't tell me nothing about that. So then she says, well, it's not actually due until Friday. Perfect. As soon as his toe stepped foot into my school this afternoon when the bus dropped him off, I said, get a computer. We're working on the presentation. You're going to do slides on Martin Luther King Jr. You're not going to get that phone. I don't want to hear about your day. I don't want to hear anything but your fingers clacking on that computer where you doing this presentation. Because don't play with me. Why would? And he looked so hurt. Like, he looked so hurt. So on a serious note, I did have to explain to him why it was important for him to pick someone that was actually inspirational and groundbreaking for Black history, because for you and the youth, this music you listen to, the stuff you see on TV, you think he's inspirational because he's rich. That doesn't make people Like, he's not an inspirational and motivational person that you should have chosen to do your project on just because he's a black figure. He's a rapper. Society already thinks that that's who black boys should look up to anyway, are athletes and rappers. You can be so much more than that. And there's nothing against the athletes and rappers. I think they're phenomenal. I love listening to the music. I love seeing them throw the balls and all of that stuff. But our little black boys are susceptible, and they're capable of being so much more than that. And they have to know where they came from to know where they're going. So if you chose Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that's who you need to do your project on. And that was just that. So once I explained it to him, the importance of him choosing someone that, you know, had some type of effect on black history, then he understood. Because his feelings was hurt at first. Like, oh, you know, like our project. It's not that I don't like it. I think he did a great job on the graphics was crazy. The graphics, great. Like, he did a fantastic job on it. It was just the fact that, why would you choose this man? He even put on the presentation, this is the rapper whose famous song was Who Won't Smoke. Why does your English teacher need to know that? Let's be for real.
If you have stayed with me to this point of the video, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.